Why will Anthony Joshua travel to face Jarrel Miller in America, but not to Deontay Wilder? So recently there have been rumours and more speculation about deals actually getting done, and one of those has lasted 2 years, Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. Each time the two fighters get through an opponent, they are faced with new waves of negotiation rumours, and he said this and he said that in the news, and I think we are all wise to it now. But a common question now is, why will Joshua go over to face Jarrel Miller in the United States, but he will not offer the same for Deontay Wilder? Okay, first off, Anthony Joshua has built something special in the UK where he can draw multiple upon multiple thousands to a stadium for his fights, something that has never been done consistently before. We have had 80,000 for Froch vs Groves too, but other than that, Joshua has been the only fighter who has created these kinds of events and managed to sustain them over a period of time, and had the fan appeal for it to continue. Despite this success in the UK, Anthony Joshua has never travelled over to the US or anywhere else other than the UK in his pro career, as he enjoys fighting in front of the UK fans and he is incredibly proud of what he has managed to achieve in the UK. But he could not do it without the loyal UK fanbase that he has following him, and now there is a possibility of heavyweight division being unified with all the belts coming together to make an undisputed champion. AJ wants to deliver this fight to the British fight fans because of their continued support, and because he wants to bring a fight of that magnitude and that huge event to the UK and break more records and, more importantly, make history. He could fight Jarrel Miller at Wembley or the Principality Stadium and draw 70 to 80,000 fans, because he can do that with pretty much fighting anyone. But seems as Miller is from the US and Anthony Joshua is yet to fight on the American stage, and Miller is signed with the same promoter, then he creates a kind of opportunity to break on the American market. Miller is unbeaten and has fought a good level of opponent, so it will be considered enough of a challenge for Joshua. Also, Miller has been talking a lot in an attempt to goad Joshua into the fight. Is he a firm test for Joshua? Yeah, he is a good fighter, but I think Joshua has the beating of him. I think Joshua will put him on the end of a jab and outbox him for a couple of rounds, and then take him out probably around the midway stage of the fight. But still, it is a great way for Anthony Joshua to break on to the American market. So all in all, Miller creates that opportunity to fight in the US and do it against a decent level of opponent. And the Wilder fight is a fight AJ will want in the UK, but he knows he may end up having to travel over to the US or make major compromises to make a Wilder fight, because I do not believe that Deontay Wilder will want to risk that O on his record and look silly for all the things he has said to AJ about knocking him out and becoming undisputed. So he is not going to take that challenge lightly, and I don't think that he will take it unless the deal is ridiculously in his favour, like 50-50 or fighting in the US. Obviously Anthony Joshua wants to fight in the UK for the UK fight fans, but again, he may have to go over to the US to make that fight, because I don't think that Deontay Wilder is going to make any compromises. If there are going to be any compromises made to make that fight, it will most certainly have to be at Joshua's end. Also, another thing that Anthony Joshua can do by going over to the US and fighting Miller, he can go over to Deontay Wilder's country and sell out Madison Square Garden in a fight with Jarrel Miller, and I don't think Deontay Wilder could do the same. So Anthony Joshua doing this would send a message to Shelley Finkel and Deontay Wilder saying, I'm coming over to your ground, to your territory, to face your opponents, and I'm beating them and filling arenas, something that you cannot even do. So that is a message that Anthony Joshua will send to Deontay Wilder and his team, and let them know that during negotiations they do not have the better end, and they are certainly not the A side. And this will also prove Anthony Joshua's global appeal, that he can go over to the US and fight in this magnitude of fight, and create a fan base in America, and have them all shout for Deontay Wilder. After Anthony Joshua breaks onto the American market and beats Jarrel Miller, everyone in the US will be calling for Anthony Joshua to face Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder will not be able to run anymore. But still, obviously, Deontay Wilder has a tough task to come through in beating Tyson Fury, which I think he will struggle to do. I think that Tyson Fury will outbox him again. It's just whether Deontay Wilder can find that one shot. I don't think he can this time, but still, he will try throughout the full 12 rounds. But I don't think that Anthony Joshua will be facing Deontay Wilder in the near future. I think if there is an undisputed fight, it will be Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. But then again, Deontay Wilder could come through that challenge, and if he does, he has to be ready to face Anthony Joshua, because by the time that happens, at the end of the year, the American fight fans will be calling out Deontay Wilder to face Anthony Joshua as much as the UK fight fans are now. But guys, what do you think of this fight? Anthony Joshua going over to the US to fight Jarrel Miller. What do you think? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys.